Hello and welcome to FFAOT2's Qualifier Results Stats Round of 16 Mappool Showcase. This will show off the final stats of the qualifier stage, which will reveal weaknesses in the team's so-called armor, and will also show the map pool for around 16 matches. However, before we start anything else, I want to capitalize on something that I had realized that the difficulty played for Hybrid 1 in qualifiers was wrong. I could take complete blame for this. However, someone else has a possibility of taking more blame than me. But there is anyways, this should not happen again, but if it does, please DM-PM on me on Osu or Discord and I'll get it fixed as soon as possible. Anyways, let's hop into the results.
Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome to the FFAOT2 video, whatever you want to call it. We are here to show our qualifier results from the qualifier lobbies that we sent 15 teams to play for and place their seedings in. See who will participate or verse each other in the round. I am Walmart5193. Joining me is Krogsy Wogsy. We'll be doing sort of our own little segments. I'll be doing the qualifier results and seedings, and they will take care of the map pool showcase for the round of 15. So, if you want, we can show our bottom seed, or seed 15. All 15 teams qualified, by the way, and it's going to be Wiggler getting an average rank of 14.8, mainly due to their lack of mainly skill, I would say. Not saying that they are a bad team. No, 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 no. They did well. It was just that I believe one of the players actually failed a few times, which brought that score lead quite down, actually.
If I'm correct,
It's
that was
well,
Corze. Big Snar had passed all the maps, and I think Corze had used no fail for, I think, 4 of the maps, if I'm right.
yeah, failing on Rice 1 and Long Note 2. But still pulling off pretty good scores overall, I believe. When you can check the qualifier results yourself, you'll see on the player leaderboard that just how everything went out. But now I think that's all we have to say for seed 15. We can move on to our 14th seed, which will be the Next Gen Men, averaging a rank of 12.7, having a good LN structure, placing 12th on LN1 and 10th on LN2, giving them pretty much that edge, as we can see, not doing the greatest on Rice 1 and Rice 2, getting 14th. And also on the hybrids as well. But when it comes to LN, Next Gen Men managed to pull out a decent place, getting an average score of 1.6k, or I mean 1.6 million, which is honestly pretty good for, especially for a low seeded team.
For next
It's gonna
gen,
get
for next gen men, their SV score got number 12th. Pretty decent actually in terms of what we've been seeing from the next couple of teams that come up. But anyways, let's move on to C13.
yeah, and seed 13 just so happens to be Toasted Dash, pulling an average rank of 12.5. It's pretty much the same story with Next Gen Men, but just with a better uh just better rankings on Rice 1 and Rice 2, also on the SVs as well. Actually placing 11th on SV1, 13th on Rice 2, and 12th on Rice 1. It was just their hybrid and long notes sort of keeping them behind. It's kind of interesting that SV1 is credits the very, very tricky, more like stuttery LN, I mean, not LN, SV chart. Very shocking to see that these players actually practice to get really good scores. So congratulations to Toasted Dash for getting that 13th seed. Don't have much to say, but these are very well-rounded scores or placements from this team. And we can move on to our 12th seed.
It's going to be what the fuck happened to team?
Yeah, and what the fuck happened to Team Whom really actually placed well on the Rice, getting fifth place on Rice 1, and then falling pretty rough on the next four, or next five, I mean. Placing last on LN2 because I believe one of their opponents either failed or maybe disconnected. I was not reffing that match, so I did not know what happened with that one.
But I'm glad
But
I was. Choco did fail, and also its teammates, not opponents. But
oh,
anyways,
okay.
yeah, it's my
Yeah,
fault.
their teammate did fail, so giving them that last place on LN2 and LN1 and SV1 not doing the greatest either. It was mainly just that Rice 1 keeping them alive in the 12th seed, getting an average rank of 11.8. And I think we can move forward on to our 11th seed, which I actually refed, Blue Petal. This is pretty much the same story with Toasted Dash, I would say. Placing really well-rounded scores on all of the maps, getting 10th on SV1 and Hybrid 1, their highest, getting an average rank of 11.3, which is pretty good, I would honestly say.
Yeah, me too. I think it was just Nechi holding them down, but of course Nechi can possibly just make some sort of coalition and actually probably match up with XD if it was just a bit more precision. But anyways,
Yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote for seed 11. We can move on to our top 10. Our top 10 seedings, which is gonna be Cheesy Dingles, placing 10th on the Rice Picks, placing ninth on LN 1. So it's kind of a almost a all-rounded team here, with ninth placed on LN1 and 10th place on the Rice Pick. So I believe these are one of the more better well-rounders when it comes to maps.
yeah, there's actually something controversial about this team. There's someone else named Femiriok who left due to mental issues, and I had to find a teammate. So I got my friend, cool narrator, to actually be with Pop, which is the team captain as always. But yeah, it's just a little story, nothing really important. But of course, yes, this team is really well rounded, I'd say.
Yeah, averaging a rank of 10.7, really giving them just a slight edge over Blue Petal. I believe if those LN scores were a bit more worse, they would be down into the seed 11 as Blue Petal would be ahead for seed 10, but that did not happen. So we could move on to our ninth seed, which will be World's Fastest Gamers.
Who is
Get
this?
as we start to see more single digit placements, only placing 10th on LN1, which I believe is going to be their strongest or their biggest weakness, I would say, actually. LN1 and LN2 were not their biggest favor, but as we can see, Rice 2 definitely pulled them off a good favor, getting sixth place, while Rice 1 wasn't too bad at all with getting ninth place on that too. That was mainly their structure, getting ninth place on most charts, getting an average rank of 8.7. So as we continue forward, these average ranks begin to get higher, and so will these per map ranks, which can sort of give sort of an idea on who or what patterns or what types they can work with and their strengths and their weaknesses. That's
Yeah,
just my chime in on how that would work.
but anyways, let's move on to seed 8.
Which is actually kind of a shocker. It's gonna be Blastic X Rats
Basic X Rat.
placing second on Long Note 1 and getting sixth place on LN2. It was just unfortunate that they couldn't secure maybe even the top three seed, or maybe even top five actually. It was just mainly the Rice keeping them behind, as we can see in 11th place on Rice 1, 8th place on Rice 2. So not their strongest skills, but their LN definitely speaks for themselves, placing second on LN1, like I said, and only placing sixth on LN2. as we begin to progress further, you'll see more scores on the podium. But as of now, they have a average rank of 6.8. That could have been probably raised up to even in the fives range if they had a maybe even a better run on Rice 1. That's
Yeah.
enough from me. We can move on to our next seed, which will be seed number 7. And it's gonna be
It's gonna be like DNF, JWE, like whatever the hell this is. I just call them Def. But yeah,
DNF.
DNF. We'll just call them DNF. Alright.
As they averaged a rank of 6.5, getting fourth on LN2 and fifth on Rice 2. So yet again, I would say another well-rounded team getting pretty even scores on Rice 2 and LN2. So having their strong Rice and strong LN abilities. It was mainly the SV and the hybrid sort of keeping them behind, getting 8th place on SV1 and Hybrid 1, but also on LN1, which is kind of weird, but Hybrid 1 is, I would say, pretty tricky in my eyes. But without further ado, we can move on to Seed 6. And it's going to be Team AAA placing 3rd on Rice 2 and 4th on SV1, averaging a rank of 6 on the dot. That is pretty impressive, if I do say so myself, as that 4th place on SV1 is insane. I don't think much people actually practiced SV1. I know there are a few teams out there. I believe our next seed actually placed 3rd on SV1, but we'll
Okay.
keep that for later.
Yeah.
Keep that for later. As we can see, their Rice is definitely the strongest skill set they have, placing 3rd, like I mentioned, and only placing 8th on Rice 1. But that was their lowest placement they got, as they also placed 8th on LN2. So their LN not really up there with their Rice. As
Yeah.
we can see, also was 7th place on LN of 1.
Yeah.
And if you want to take seed number 5, go right ahead.
Alrighty. Before I go up to seed 5, I want to point out that also their SV skill is nothing to sleep on, as at this moment it looks like it outacts most of the higher seeded teams, but that's just safe for later. Anyways, like Walmart said, let's move on to seed 5, to our top 5, of course.
It's gonna be When You See It, an abbreviation to just WYSI, placing 3rd on 2 charts actually. Placing 3rd on Rice 1 and 3rd on SV1. So like I mentioned, When You See It, definitely having like I said, the SV1 or just the SV skill in general, placing 3rd, but not too far away from AAA, as Rice 1 is definitely quite a shocker for them, as they did place 9th on Rice 2 and 4th on Hybrid 1, and also their LNs not being too far away from each other. So another well-rounder, I would say, actually getting 1,981K on Rice 1. That is insane, getting an average rank of 5.3. But that's not the only team that got an average rank of 5.3.
Yep, as we go up to seed 4, we're gonna have Phoenixu, who got the exact same average rank as When You See It.
Yeah, Fenikusu definitely having the higher average score, which actually is what made us make the choice. As we were calculating the per map rank, we realized that their average ranks were the same, so we decided to leave it to the average score, and so we did. When you see it having a lower average score than Fenikusu, as Fenikusu placed 3rd on LN2. So pretty much a flip story from with When You See It, as they have the LN abilities, but When You See It not really having the greatest in LN, placing 3rd on LN2 and 4th on LN1, and placing 7th on the 2 Rice picks.
Yeah, Ellen is definitely something that will keep them on their feet throughout the remainder of this tournament. But anyways, let's go up to our top 3.
Yeah, and our third seed on the third place podium is going to be J8 Gang with an average rank of 3.5, placing second on SV1, placing third on the hybrid and LN pick. And this, I believe, is probably one of the most well-rounded teams we've seen by far. As we can see, Rice 1 and Rice 2 being the exact same and only getting fifth place on LN2, while LN1 got them the third place podium and hybrid one as well. And those final three charts mainly being LN oriented, we can see that J8 Gang is just slightly LN focused, but also that second place on SV1 really speaks for itself. So, like I said, well-rounded team, I'd say. I believe that they could have probably gotten the podium on all these charts, but those are for the two seeds ahead of them.
Yeah, um, especially with their SV score, that definitely brought them up to the 3.5. I think if they would have not had that, they would have been down about the lower three points to like around the four. But anyways, for seed number
Yeah.
two, we are going to have just take out 8 gang. We got J.
Yeah, get rid of A gang. We just got J now. Having an average rank of exactly 3 as they place second on both Rice picks, second on Hybrid 1, and second on LN2. So I would not consider this team well-rounded since, as you can see, SV1 not being their strongest skill set, but I believe if these players can improve their SV just a bit more, they could definitely be considered a well-rounded team. But and also with that LN1 sort of dragging them down just a bit, I believe if those scores were just slightly worse, J8 Gang and J could be interswitched. J could have dropped down to seed 3, but that won't be the case in this situation, getting an average score of 1.9 million
Yeah,
as we only have one more team remaining for that number 1 seed. As
yeah.
you can see, we have no first place podiums on any charts just yet,
This is
and
the
that's because our seed.
this is gonna be
Yeah, you can go.
this is gonna be the X Derby of Pinky Bracket of FFAOT2. It's going to be Zen. uh,
Yeah,
yeah. Zeno and Envy just doing their thing, I guess.
yes, no, and Envy, no stranger to any scene of tournaments at all. I believe actually both players participating in the North American Mania tournament as they place first on every single chart, getting 1.9k on every single one. I mean, not 1.9k, 1.9 million, giving them that 1.968 million or 1.9 million, I would just say, score as they get the average rank of 1 on the dot.
Yeah.
As we can just go days and days about Zen and just how well they pulled off on all these charts, as they'll be representing your first seed for FFAOT2.
Yes. And so I can leave this in. They will actually be skipping round of 16 and heading straight to quarterfinals, where they will face a team that two teams that we will not mention yet. You gotta wait for that one.
Yeah, as we do have the challenge bracket ready to go, but we still won't be giving it out yet. But once we do, we'll definitely be letting you know about that. As they do get to skip the round of 15 because unfortunately we could not find a 16th team. We did have 16 teams, but unfortunately
17.
one did not. Oh, 17 actually, but I don't think two made a qualifier round appearance.
There was a team called Anti Manip Gang. Z2A had technical difficulties, and then there was Carrot.jpg, which was beta carotene and .jpg, but I think beta carotene just didn't want to play, leaving
Yeah.
JPEG teamless.
Yeah, and I don't think they could have found a teammate in time, but that will wrap up your seed placements, your qualifier results for FFAOT2. As that will conclude that, and I believe all that's left is to show you the map pool showcase on what these teams, except Zen, will be facing each other with.
Yep. and I'll be carrying that one away. Thank you, Walmart, for helping me do the qualifier results, and I will be catching the rest of the crowd, whoever is in the crowd, in Rice 1. So let's go right now. Our first map will be our Rice 1 map. It will be Ozma by TJ Hangel versus Jax. This next pick will be our Rice 2 pick. It's going to be Quamara by Sam String. Enjoy. before you say anything, yes, I did turn the map's volume up, but anyways, this will be our Rice 3. It is going to be Love and Justice by Baco. This will be our Rice 4 pick. It is going to be Dorijin 9 Naranan Deska.
そもこんな人生に勝ちないトレイナー私にやりたくないこと大人なんかに押し付けられているどこで使うのバカな知恵の場付き合ってじゃあやめたらやめたで整形保証すらないしやりたくないやりたくないじゃあやりたいことは知らない知らないよってこれしかやったことないし知りたくない知りたくないじゃあ行きたいわけは知らない知らないよってただどれいいと消しているこの状況はどうすればできますかどうせ変わりようがないなってほらね嘆いてなれ合うだけの背を向けても堂々巡り堂々としてないけどあの言葉を思い出せ長居したことなんて教わってないけどこんなことなら早々にくれてりゃよかった私なんてトレイじゃないなら何ですかやりたくないやりたくないじゃあやりたいことは知らない知らないよってこれしか変わったことないし負けたくない負けたくないじゃあ勝ちたいわけは知らない知らないよってただどれいいと消しているこの状況はどうすればできますかどうせ無駄の積み重ねだってほらね投げ出せば楽になるかい差をつけてもビビたるもんで全体の中じゃ見えないこの頭に問いただせそもそもこんな人生に勝ちないけどこんなことなら数秒遅れてりゃよかった私なんてトレイじゃないなら何ですかどこで使うのバカな知恵の場付き合って
Yeah, disc spike. I know. Funny. Anyways, this will be Rice 5. Our final Rice pick of the map pool is going to be Gassed Voices by Crafter 2011.
I don't care what people say, the rush is worth the price I pay. I get so high when you're with me, but crash and crave you when you so I got questions, you don't have somebody to make you're happy looking at a picture on my is my love, your time.
Our first LN map of the map pool is going to be Hydrangeia by Lone Pie. this next pick will be our LN2 pick. It is going to be Sneaky Kung Fu by Cobra Kai. Well, that's the difficulty name, but it's by Kinshishi versus Kirin. I'm keeping this in the video anyways. Enjoy. This would be our last LN pick of the Mappool before we get into SVs. This is going to be Chakra by Uma. This next map will be one of our 2 SV picks. The first one, however, is going to be Hot Milk by Ujiko Astris Das Snail's House. This next map will be our last LN of the pool. It is going to be Artificial Chariot by Freya. This next map will be one of our 2 hybrid picks. It is going to be Calamity Fortune by Zune and remixed by Leaf. Anyways, enjoy. This will be our final hybrid pick of the map pool. It is going to be Signal by Rejection. map pool is not complete without a tiebreaker. So for this tiebreaker, we will have Ready, Steady, Go by Inori Minase.
ブランニューなストーリー繊細な君の心をかき乱してしまうものを吹き飛ばしたいけどまだ言葉を並べてあれこれ言えるほど大人じゃなくて黙ってしまうだけなの Be alright 風は明日から吹いてる Be alright 君の真っ白なシャツをほら翼みたいにはためかせる行くよ Fly high fly high きっと飛べるよ涙の跡がいつだって次のスタートライン君と Fly high fly high 憧れてたあの夢まで続くようにブランニューなストーリー君と手をつなごうぎゅっと離れないようにもそこへあげよう坂を上げて心に形があるなら傷ついた場所をすぐに手当てしてあげたいけど大切なものはいつだって目には見えないのが通り君のこと知りたいのに Be alright 彼方空の端っこは Be alright いつもまっさらな明日というキャンバスへとつながってるの行くよ Fly high fly high きっと届くよやっと笑ってくれたらここがスタートライン君と Fly high fly high 一緒に見たあの夢まで続いてゆくネバーエンドのストーリー夢は叶った瞬間始まるんじゃないそこにたどり着くことを決めた日に始まっていると私は思うの傷跡涙もいつか輝く大丈夫いつでもそばにいるよつまずいたって何度も立ち止まっても君とならどんな景色も美しいと思えることも分かってるから行くよ Fly high fly high きっと飛べるよ涙の跡がいつだって次のスタートライン君と Fly high fly high 憧れてたあの夢まで続くようにブランニューなストーリー君と手をつなごうぎゅっと離れないようにもそこへあげよう坂を上げて Ready steady go
But yeah, that will be FFAOT2's round of 16 map pool. If you have any questions, please DM me. And also, if we mess up difficulty like this time, like we did with Hybrid 1, please message me that as well, as I will get someone as soon as possible to come fix that. But anyways, we will see y'all for the round of 16 matches. And yeah. Have a good one.